Arkansas, all sports. It's more sports.
Welcome into the show. What's going on, everybody? Wes Moore with you, and Arkansas takes care of business 108-80. I was a little worried. Maybe this would be a trap game after the Texas Tech game and down in Dallas looked so good. Then you're thinking ahead. You got New Jersey and taking on Houston on Saturday. Figure there wouldn't be much of a crowd because of, it's school's out. It's a 8 o'clock start, but yeah, this team they brought the energy, and that was good to see. Honestly, it was refreshing to see how well they played. They came out in the very beginning. Well, I know got off to a little bit of a slow start, but quick little 10-0 run, 12-2 run, and Arkansas was in command. And then later on in the first half, another 10-0 run, and next thing you know, they're up 20 points and just kept adding to it and adding to it. Thought the team played really aggressive, not the greatest defense. There were a lot of easy shots for Queens. They got the best rebounding game for Arkansas. Queens got some offensive rebounding. I mean, we can pick it apart, but gosh, when you look at it, you win by 28 points. I think the spread was 24.5. So Arkansas just outscored them. Queens, not a very good defensive team, to be honest with you. And Arkansas was able to do what they wanted to do and knock down a lot of outside shots. First half, they were shooting the three. Brazil, Acuff, just were on fire. And Arkansas had the big halftime lead and just kind of cruised from there. And look, it checks the box. You took care of business at home against the team that you're supposed to be. Although I'll say this. It wouldn't surprise me to see Queens in the NCAA tournament winning the ASUN. That's the same conference that UCA is in. They had some players. They had some talented guys. I just don't know how committed they were to defense. And look, they've been on the road. It's a long trip. It's a hard trip for these guys. So when they play most of their non-conference games on the road, they just played at Wake Forest on Sunday, come to Fayetteville, 2 back-to-back bye games that they get blasted in. And Arkansas wins by 28, 108-80. We got some scores there on the bottom of the screen. Big thanks to Corky's Ribs and Barbecue. Brazil was really good. Sat down. They sat him in the second half, which I was happy to see. Brazil lost his cool. He got mad because the guy stole the ball from him. And then next time down, the guy was playing a little physical, and Brazil just shoved him. Got a foul turnover, and Arkansas lost possession. They sat Brazil down on the bench. Maybe it's a learning moment for him. But in the first half, man, he was aggressive, hit a bunch of threes, was attacking, was playing defense, got a couple steals, a couple big dunks, a windmill dunk. Just kind of kept it going from what we saw in the second half against Texas Tech. So another good game for Brazil, 26 points, 4 rebounds. Darius Acuff was really good, 23 points, 10 assists. I thought that's what they were doing. They brought Acuff back in. They were trying to get him that double-double. And you could see even Acuff, he wasn't really looking. He can get to the basket anytime he wants to. He can get a shot anytime he wants to. When he came back in, he wasn't looking to shoot. He was trying to get set up his teammates. He threw a pass to Malik Thomas. He missed the 3, then threw one in the corner. I think it was Sealy, missed a 3. Finally got one inside and got a layup. That was his 9th assist, and then gets it out to Caruleta and makes the 3, gets his 10th assist, a double-double for Darius Acuff, and right away he was out of the game. So I'm sure Coach Cal knew. Somebody told him, hey, he's 2 assists away from a double-double. Big second half from Acuff assist-wise. He had 4 at the half and came back in the second half. And I think it was a sequence of 3 straight plays to Billy Richmond that he assisted and gave Billy Richmond a dunk, a layup, and a 3. And that got his assist total up there very quickly. Other guys that played well tonight, I mean, really, excuse me, everybody did. Billy Richmond there, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Pringle, most extensive minutes, I would have to guess. Off the top of my head, not looking at any other scores, I think this was the most points or most minutes and points Pringle has scored this year, 14 points. And we'll look at the box score here in a couple of minutes. See a couple of people already jumping in on the chat room. Go ahead and send in your comments, and we will address some of those here in a few minutes. So feel free, if you're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, send in your message, and we'll get to those here in a few minutes. Let's take a look at the final scorebook for Arkansas real quick, just so we can see what everybody did tonight. Let me share that screen with you real quick, and we'll take a look at it together. There we go. I can move myself out of the way too. See if that makes it a little better. All right. There's your A-cuff line. 8 of 13, 4 of 6 from the three-point line. Hit all 4 in the first half, by the way. 3 rebounds, 10 assists. Look at that. No turnovers. 10 assists, no turnovers from a freshman guard. Outstanding. And 3 steals, by the way. Trevor Brazil, 9 of 11. Both the shots he missed were from the three-point line. Still 5 of 7 from the three-point line. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Did have 3 turnovers, but he came up with 3 steals. Carter Knox started the game hot. He ended up with 11 points, 3 of 5 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, a little bit of everything from Carter Knox, block shot and a steal. And DJ Wagner in double digits, hit a 3 from the corner, baseline 3, 3 assists, no turnovers. So guards, your ball handlers, 13 assists, no turnovers. You'll take that every single game. There's Pringle, 14 points, 7 rebounds. He played 25 minutes. So it's up there. It's maybe the most he's played this season. It's close to it. Malik Thomas, probably the only negative, had just that one 3. But if you, I didn't mean to do that. Malik Thomas, 6 assists. So he was sharing the ball, but he just couldn't hit a 3. Had a couple that kind of rimmed out that I thought he was going to hit. And then there at the very end, you could tell he forced the 3 because they were trying to get A-cuff that assist. And so it was one of those catch, shoot, release, trying to knock it down for A-cuff. So a forced 3, but I'll forgive him for that because I think the whole team was in on it, knew. But that's now what is that back-to-back bad shooting games for Malik Thomas? 1 for 11, and he even there at the end quit shooting the 3 and was driving in and missed those shots. So just a rough night for the freshman. But like I said, look, he still had 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals. I'm not going to bury him for that. It was just a bad shooting night. But what I like to see is he was doing other things to contribute, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Malik Ewing, not much tonight, 15 minutes. And, honestly, when he was in there, I didn't see anything he was doing wrong. But maybe it wasn't so much what Malik Ewing was doing wrong. It was what Nick Pringle was doing right. And so Pringle just earned more playing time tonight. And, we never know. Ewing may be dealing with a sickness. He may be dealing with a small injury. We don't know the why right now, why he didn't play as much as he did. Billy Richmond was just Billy Goat, man. 6 of 10 from the field. Missed a free throw tonight. I missed that. He was 2 for 3 from the free throw line, made 1 of 2 threes. Look at that, 5 rebounds. 2 turnovers, no assists, no steals for Billy. So there you go. That's a look at the team scoring over here. Bench points in the paint, 42. Points off turnovers, 25. I didn't realize that. They forced 17 turnovers, 19 second chance points, 10 offensive rebounds. That was better than I realized watching it. 9 dunks on the night. Any other standout numbers? No, not really. You get into some of the real analytic stuff right there, but a lot of different runs for Arkansas in this game. 60-36 at the half. They were up 24, outscored them by 4 in the second half. 80 points. Didn't like to see that. That was too much. Gave up too many points in the second half. And the defense. I mean, look, they were up 20, 30 points. They weren't playing nearly as difficult defense in the second half as they were in the first half. Arkansas shoots 56% from the field. 33 of 64, 50% from the three-point line. So that's back-to-back games over 50%. Ends up 14 of 28. Free throws, 22 of 27, 81%. Outstanding. We'll take that. Did have 14 turnovers. Points off of turnovers, Arkansas outscored them 25-17. Rebounding was pretty even, although they had 16 offensive rebounds. Arkansas outscored them in second chance points 19-16. Don't like to see that, but look, when that game got out of hand, I did notice the rebounding, the blocking out wasn't nearly as good, and they allowed Queens to get a couple offensive rebounds that they honestly shouldn't and should never let happen. All right, let's look at your stats from the game. Let's take a look. Got some questions and comments. Yeah, sure. We'll start here with Lance. Lance says, Wes, in your opinion, other than Acuff, who is the one guy that we need most to make the basketball team to the Final Four, in my opinion, is Trevin Brazile. I think the team is just loaded with really good players. And right now, Trevin Brazile and Acuff are carrying the team. Brazile here recently. But look, Carter Knox is a guy that's capable of scoring like he did against Texas Tech, 20 points in a game. I think, look, Malik Thomas isn't playing good right now. He's capable of doing that too. He's capable of look. Freshmen are going to go through these ups and downs. Right now, Malik Thomas is just in a little down point. Calipari's going to coach him up. He's going to be fine. It wouldn't surprise me if they go to New Jersey. Well, I was going to say he has 20 points, and then I realized it's Houston. That's going to be a dogfight. I mean, it's just going to be the complete opposite of what we saw tonight. Yeah, no, what we see, 188 combined points. Is that it? 108, 80? Yeah, 188 points. The over and went up over, by the way. I think the over-under was like 171 on Bet Saracen. And the over-under against Houston is going to be around 140. I mean, it is going to be probably the first team to score 70. If a team scores in the 70, wins the game. That's how different it is. But anyway, back to your original question. I think Malik Thomas is very capable of taking this team to the Final Four and being one of those pieces. But that's what I think this makes this team so good, Lance, is that there are so many pieces that can contribute one game, and the next game it's somebody else. Hey, I mean, we saw Malik Ewan, with the 15-10, wasn't it, or 15-9 not too long ago. I think he is capable of being one of those guys with the offensive rebounding, being big in the tournament. And, DJ Wagner has – I don't see Wagner going off and getting like 25, but he's so consistent. Like tonight, he's one of those guys that you look up and he had 12 points and 4 assists. So I think to be a serious deep run, we're talking Final Four run where you're having to knock off a Duke, a Michigan State, one of the great teams, Arizona, whatever, get to the Final Four, you got to have dudes. And dudes that can play in the NBA, dudes that can take over a game. And those dudes are Acuff, Brazile. And I still have faith in Carter Knox. And definitely I have faith, even though he's not shooting the ball as well right now. I think Malik Thomas is one of those dudes. And we've seen Thomas already this season, like bam, bam, bam. You look up, kind of like Brazile did tonight. You look up and he had like 17 points. Malik Thomas is capable of doing that too. So I think that gives you 4 guys that can carry a team in a tough game, tough environment with against other really good McDonald's All-American type players that can take this team to a Final Four run. Isn't it funny? I was talking about this on the Buzz the other day. After losing to Duke, the negativity was starting to creep in. It was like, this team's not going to be as good as we thought. This is going to be a disappointing season. This isn't what we were hoping for. They're overrated. I was already getting that sense and people saying that. And now with 2 wins, beating Louisville at home, beating Texas Tech, now people are thinking, hey, Final Four, what would it take? How can they get to the Final Four? The belief is back. And, hey, if they beat Houston, it's really going to go to another level. Because, you're talking about number 8 Houston, top 15 matchup, CBS. Nationally, they're starting to talk about Arkansas. I see some of the national analysts on Twitter doing videos talking about Arkansas and if they're a legit Final Four contender. Were we sleeping on Arkansas? It's some of the things that they're saying. You beat Houston, that talk goes up even more. Let's go to another question. Let's see here. Jason says, agreed 100% on Carter Knox. If he can get in a groove, this team will be hard to beat. Yeah, I'd say what would he finish with tonight? It's on the ticker right now. Let me go back to the scoreboard. 11 points. 3 of 5, only 5 shots. 4-4 from the free throw line. I love that he's getting to the free throw line. We were talking to Coach Z about that on Out of Bounds, that Carter Knox hasn't been getting to the free throw line, and he's a guy that last year and during the run at the end of the season, Carter Knox was living at the free throw line, and he's got to get that part of his game back. Tonight goes to the free throw line, 4 for 4, 5 rebounds. So look, that's a good backup game. back-to-back games. I know he didn't score 20, but heck, he only took 5 shots. And with this offense, there are going to be nights that you have. Let's see how the shot distribution was. Acuff had 13. Brazil had 11. By the way, Acuff was 8 of 13, and Brazil was 9 of 11. They combined to go 17 of 24. Billy Richmond took 10 shots. A lot of those were just hustle plays, diving to the basket, alley-oops, layups. They don't run a play for Billy Richmond. He is never an option. It's like, we got to get the ball to Billy Richmond. No, but he still, because he's so active, always moving around, gets 10 shots up tonight. And I think a couple were, at least one was an offensive rebound. And then your other leading shot taker was Malik Thomas, 1 for 11. How about that? They scored 108 points. And Malik Thomas, one of their second leading scorer, goes 1 for 11. I mean, if he has an average night, goes 5 for 11, he gets to 100 or they get to 115 points. We were also talking about that on the buzz today. Bet Saracen had a big long shot. I think it was plus 1,100 for Arkansas to score 115 points or more. They were 7 off. If Malik Thomas has a normal game, they probably get to 115. But that was that was a pretty cool bet. 108 is the final for Arkansas. Other news and notes that I wrote down from watching this game. The runs. I mean, the first half, when they went on a couple of different runs, let's see here. What were their biggest runs of the game? I'll go back to the scoreboard real quick. I know there were 2 10-0 runs in the first half. And it seems like in the second half, there was a long, like another 10-0 run. Here it is, 13-0. The largest lead was 36, but 13-0 run. And that was defense. Well, anytime you're holding people's scores and you're scoring, it takes defense. But I saw a lot more effort and focus on the defensive side in the first half. And once again, when you're up 30, was that their largest lead, 30-something? Let me go back here. Largest lead, 36. I didn't realize they were up 36 at one point. Yeah, when you're up 36, yeah, your focus, your effort, it all drops a little bit. And that allows Queens to score a few more points in the second half. And that's understandable. And look, too, you know what? Don't need them going 110% for 40 minutes because you're getting ready to play Houston. So conserve some of that energy, right? Queens had a couple of nice players. I was looking at their points. Mann finished with 16 points. Parker, I liked a lot. He had a nice move on Brazil where he caught it and spins and gets a layup on Brazil. I thought that was a nice, and he was a freshman too. They had some nice players. All right, here's another one. Every college basketball team is overrated until the first week of April when the madness is over. Well, I mean, I'm not going to say like a team like Arizona or Michigan, they're not overrated. They're deserving of that 1 and 2 spot right now because of the schedule and what they've already done in the non-conference. I mean, I think the overrated teams are those that maybe in the preseason poll. There could be some right now, like Vanderbilt, for example. What's Vanderbilt's best wins? Do they have a win like Arkansas? And now I'm asking this. I don't know. I got to be honest. I haven't watched Vanderbilt play yet. But are they, just because they're undefeated, is that why they're ranked where they are? Have they been impressive? Do they have quality wins? Whereas the teams up there at the top, Arizona, Michigan State, Michigan, Duke, they've got quality wins. Those are good teams. So I don't think they're overrated. And I certainly, look, if I was to rank Arkansas somewhere, I would put them a little bit better than 14. I think that's honestly, of course I'm biased from covering the team and talking about them every day. But when your only losses are to Michigan State and Duke, and now you have wins over Texas Tech and Louisville, I mean, I think those are quality wins. And I think Arkansas is probably deserving to be a little bit better than 14. But you know what? You go beat Houston next week, they'll be close to a top 10 team, if not a top 10 team, and be deserving of being a top 10 team. So, all that really matters is stacking quality win on quality win right now, and getting a better net ranking, and just helping you get a better seed when the tournament starts. Because, in the end, the goal is you want to be, 1, 2, 3 seed, the top 4 seed, to make your route a little bit easier to get to the Final Four. But no damage done tonight with the 108-80 win over Queens. I was looking more some of the superlatives from the night. How about Acuff and Brazil? From the 3-point line, they combined to go 9 of 13. That's a team, like we said, 14 of 28. So they were 9 of 13. The rest of the team was 4 of 5 of 15, which is still 33%. And you throw out the rough night that Malik Thomas had. And look, are y'all worried about Malik Thomas at all? Because I'm not. I'm not concerned. I mean, I don't want this to be prolonged, and all of a sudden he's in the shooting slump and it gets to him. He's too good of a shooter. He'll figure it out. Coach Cal deals with this. I mean, he's dealt with freshmen, McDonald's All-Americans. He knows how to get in their head, get them to relax, get them to play well, to get better, and to get over this. But you know what? Shooters are going to shoot, and I like that. He kept shooting, kept firing it up tonight, 1 of 11. So you take his numbers, his rough night out, they're 35 of 55. Is that right? 53. 35 of 53 from the field. That's an outstanding shooting performance. And he was 1 of 7, so 13 of 21 from the 3-point line minus his numbers. So the rest of the team was awesome. Carter Knox, 1 of 3. DJ Wagner was 1 of 1. Carletta, 1 of 2. And Billy Richmond 1 of 2. Oh, and I guess I messed up. I thought that was Isaiah Seeley that missed one of the threes when they were trying to get Darius Acuff his 10th assist, but it was Carletta. Are we saying that? I'm still got to learn his name. Carletta. Don't have to say it very often, do we? But hey, congratulations to him. He got his first points of his career tonight. Also made a free throw, so finished 2 free throws. So he finished with a 5 points, career high 5 points. How about that? He had more points than Malik Thomas. I don't sound like I'm burying Malik Thomas. I'm not. I'm just pointing it out. He had a rough night. Is that it? Everybody else? Yeah. Because Billy, almost everybody, the 7, 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, I forgot about Malik Ewing. I was about to say the 8 guys, they had 6 in double digits, 5 in double digits. Malik Ewing also, no points. Only shot one time. All right. Coming up, anything else we got to get to over here? I think we're good. I want to tell you about what's going on at Gwatney Buick GMC. They got a huge event going on right now, the 12 Days of Christmas. That's right around the corner. The 12 deals, here are some of the vehicles in the 12 deals of Christmas. There's a 2022 Chevrolet Trax for $16,300. They got a 2021 Dodge Ram, $34,000. 2021 BMW, $24,000. Ford Bronco, that's a 23. That's for $24,995. There's a Buick Encore for under $18,000. That's a 2023. The 12 deals of Christmas. It's outstanding going on at Gwatney Buick GMC right now. These are handpicked by Jamie Cobb himself. Plus, if you're looking for a new vehicle, Gwatney Buick GMC delivers that with the 2026 GMC Sierra at 0% financing. Arcadias at 1.9% financing. And Terrains at just $279 a month. And business owners, hey, if you are going to get that tax write-off, you only have a couple more days. And Gwatney Buick GMC has qualifying vehicles ready to help you save on those taxes, Sierras, Yukons, and much more. It's 12 days of Christmas, 12 deals of Christmas going on, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. You can give them a call, 945-4444, GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. My nose has started running all of a sudden. Got one more. Let's see here. Here it comes. Logan says, do you agree? Silverfield sounds like a politician, acting like we are getting the best of the best and just hiring his former OC. I said this, and I said it on here, and I said it on the buzz, and I said it to some fans. We were just talking coming out of War Memorial Stadium at the high school football championships, and somebody overheard me. I was like, "Yeah, I agree. He shouldn't be saying that kind of stuff. He's over promising to me and under delivering. And I want to be the opposite. I want you to under promise and then overachieve. You know, when you come out here with these superlatives, what was the quote? I don't remember it offhand. Talking about his assistant coaching hires were going to be blow you away. Was that it? It was going to blow you away. Don't say that. But Abe, you don't know what's going to blow people away. You don't know what would get me excited, or fan B over here, or this fan over here. You don't know what'll blow them away. And what'll blow them away is you put together an all-star cast of coaches. I mean, because when you say blow me away, people are thinking that you're going to get Nick Saban as your defensive coordinator. You're going to go get John Gruden as your offensive coordinator. They're thinking outlandish stuff because they're going to get blown away. No, and then when he was talking about the 2027 recruiting class was going to be the best that Arkansas has ever seen, I mean, yeah, I don't like that. I don't think you need to be throwing that stuff out there. I'm all, and I understand he's trying to get people excited, but I don't think that's I would not advise him to be doing that. Logan followed up. Does this feel like left lane hammer down? I'm not going to go that far. No, I'm not going that far. Look, I do like Ron Roberts as a hire, as defensive coordinator. I do, and I'm fine with his offensive coordinator coming from Memphis because they work well together, and that's what helped him get the Arkansas job, was the success he had at Memphis and the offense he had at Memphis. It wasn't the defense winning a lot of games at Memphis. When they were winning 10, 11 games at Memphis, and what was it, 8 this year, it was the offense. So, yeah, they work well together, so you might as well bring Cramsey with you. So I'm fine with the offensive coordinator. Special teams guy comes with, a lot of experience and SEC experience at Auburn last year. But I'm happy with Ron Roberts. Just got to go get him some dudes, and we'll see, what Ron Roberts can do with players at Arkansas. And that's why the portal, January 2nd, and that's why you're going to see – they released the names, made it official today. You'll start seeing the other assistants coming in because they've got to be working on the portal, getting these guys ready to come in for visits, setting it up with the agents behind the scenes, and finding out what they want and what it's going to take to get them to Arkansas and see if that's somebody that they're worth paying that kind of money. So you got to get all hands on board and ready for that portal. One more here, $2 million for Roberts. I saw that reported, and yeah, you see the eyes. My eyes did that too, Sean. I was like, oh, okay, highest paid coordinator ever at Arkansas. But I mean, you look at what some of the other coordinators are making out there. I think it was Durkin. Didn't he get a raise to stay at Auburn to like $2.5 or $2.6 million? I mean, cost of coaches keeps going up. Let's get here. Tracy says, yeah, they scored over 100 points against Queens. Not a bad team, but still a decent win. I'm concerned about games where they score under 5 points in 5 minutes. That won't work in the SEC play. Twice in a game is concerning. Consistency is key for an Elite 8 bracket. I'm thinking you say bracket or bracket spot. Yeah, I see it. Bracket spot. Well, when have they had these scoring droughts this year? Let me hide that. Because, Tracy, I don't remember bad scoring droughts that left me concerned. Maybe early in the season there was one. But this team is just a lot different from last year's team and the Musselman teams that would have these scoring droughts. I feel like, and with this defense that they have, when they're clicking and they're playing second half against Texas Tech, the defense was outstanding. First half, I didn't think Arkansas played well. I didn't think they played well defensively. They certainly didn't rebound, and they were only down 6. And so at the half, I was like, they can still win this game. Second half, they outscored Texas Tech by 13. I mean, they got after them, and they played much better defense. But with the offensive firepower on this team, I'm not concerned offensively. Where'd we go? Just had two tonight? Just had two. What are you talking? Tracy, you're losing me. Just had two tonight. Two what? Scoring droughts? I mean, they scored 108. There weren't many scoring droughts tonight. Under 5 points in 5 minutes. I don't remember any of those droughts for tonight. Close to the half, closing the game against ranked teams. They were near flawless. Closing the half, closing the game against ranked teams. They were near flawless. Well, I'm not worried about the end of this game and what they did. And I thought at the end of the first half, they scored 60. I mean, I'm not following you on this one. Logan, if you had to bet, do we make a bowl game next year? If I had to bet, if you're making me bet, I'd say no. I mean, they're 2-10, but I wouldn't bet that right now because Logan, I don't have a clue who's going to be on the team when none of us do. I mean, the team is coming. I mean, we got a handful of guys that are going to be back, but the vast majority of the team is not even on the hill. They'll be coming in the portal in January. So, your guess, your bet is as good as anybody right now. Because not only do we not know Arkansas's team, we don't hardly know anybody's team. I mean, with the portal, it changes everything. It's going to be a wild, wild west in January. But that should hopefully make spring ball fun so we can go see what the new team is going to look like and some of the new players. Yeah, I'm not betting anything right now. Not on this team. I don't know what they have. All right, that's going to do it. That was fun. Good win for Arkansas. Not great. I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. That's good. You know what? They came out. I was worried about a letdown. They didn't have a letdown. They came out, played solid, came with energy to start the game, build a huge lead, relax, still win by 28. So, tip of the cap. They did their job. Saturday, Houston. That's going to be huge. 4:00 start. Let's do a post-game show about 6. About 6:15, 6:30, and hopefully that's a fun, big post-game show talking about another win over a ranked team. If not, we'll break it down and try to figure out what they got to do better before SEC play begins. We'll be back here tomorrow night, talk a little bit more basketball, talk a little football, and look, got another football question. Randy says he'd bet under 6 wins. We need to talk some more football, and we'll do that also. Thanks for joining us tonight. I appreciate you watching. Big thanks to Gwatney Buick GMC. Pay those guys a visit if you're in the market for a new car. Tell them you saw the ad on More Sports. They'll take care of you. We'll be back here tomorrow night. Thank you for watching, and be here tomorrow night for More Sports.
All Arkansas, all sports. It's More Sports.